Hey everybody, Steve here. I am the writer of Deadlock and Fallout, and November is coming up. And for a lot of people who write, you guys, you writers out there, you know what's coming up. Nanowrimo is coming. What is that? The National November Writing Month, where writers from all over the world get together separately and you write 1,167 words a day from November 1st to November 30th. And by the end of the month, you will have just over 50,000 words. And that, my friends, is a first draft of a book. Now, I've written 2 books. I know how exciting it is to get your book done and edited and out into the world. It is an absolute joy. And for NaNoWriMo, you guys are going to be getting out, whether this is your first time or you're getting out your 80th book on this month. Doesn't matter. The joy of getting your book finished, at least even the first draft, getting it done and finished, is fantastic. It is a great feeling. And I want everybody to get that feeling. So I'm going to give you my top 5 things that I think you need to do to make sure you get everything done by November 30th. So you too can have a book. Because believe it or not, the book you write just might be somebody's favorite new book. You might become somebody's favorite new author. That's never going to happen unless you write the book. So let's get to it. First up, have an outline. Now, it should go without saying, if you're going to be doing this, you're going to want an outline. You only have 30 days to get this book written. You want to maximize as much time as possible. And to do that, you're going to want to have an outline. Now, when I wrote my first book, I pantsed my way through the first 4 chapters. And while I got those chapters done, by the time I got to the end of the 4th chapter, I still knew the story in my head, but I wasn't sure the path I wanted to take. So I had to stop and I made an outline. Now, are there going to be some people who are going to do this entire month without an outline? Absolutely. I can't imagine there's not going to be one person who's going to give it a shot. And for you guys out there who do, I hope you succeed. I hope you guys get this done. I'd love to hear about it. As for the rest of us, I need an outline. This is my 3rd book, and I have everything in there I need. I have the outline. I have the character sheets to help me, get my thoughts together. An outline is going to be necessary for you to get this done the best way possible. Next up, set a schedule. You want to guard your time and make sure you have enough of it to write. Now, whether you have a full-time job and you only have a couple hours in the evening to write, or you have all the time in the world, it's still a good idea to have a schedule so you can get into the habit every day of sitting down and getting what you need to write written. When I was writing, my schedule for a lot of the time I was writing was 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. For my wife would work second shift. My daughter's bedtime was 8. So from 8 p.m., once I put her to bed, to just before my wife got home, I took those 2 hours and I wrote as much as I could. And while it took me 4 or 5 months to get the book written like that, it was great practice, because every day, Monday through Friday, I put my daughter to bed. I went to the next room, which my writing room was, and I sat down and I got to it. You're going to want to do that. You're going to want to get into the habit of writing every day at a certain time. Will there be exceptions? Yes. None of this is none of these are hard, fast rules. But if you want to get into the habit, it would be really good for you to go ahead and set aside the exact same amount of time every day. Hope, make sure you have enough time to get down the 1,667 words, but guard your time jealously. Make sure you set that time aside so you can get those words written. Because at the end of the month, if you don't get your book done, you're going to kick yourself. Next up, hope for the best, plan for the worst. Now, everybody has good intentions. You're looking at this thinking to yourself, all right, from November 1st to November 30th, I'm going to write every day. I'm going to get all my words written down. I'm going to hit my word count. And I'm going to have no problems. At the end of the month, I'm going to have my first draft done. And that's great. I believe the majority of you guys will do that with no problem. But let's not forget, this is November. We have Thanksgiving towards the end. We have Black Friday, if you guys are into shopping. That might be 2 days where you might not get as much writing or no writing done. So in order to do this, you might need to up your word count. You might want to write 2,000 words a day. Or you might want to find time during the day. I know I said set a schedule, but if there's time during the day, I know when I was writing Deadlock, the job I was working at the time, I had an hour lunch. So there were a lot of times I would be on my lunch break and I'd have my phone and I'd be writing on my phone. And then I would take whatever I wrote and I would transfer it over to my computer and I would have stuff written down. Plan for anything that might happen. You might have an emergency. You might have writer's block one day. You might sit down and you just don't get anything written, or you might only get 100 words written. Don't let that throw you. If you plan for that, if you accept the fact that you might have bad days and then you don't, great. Absolutely great. But think about what might happen. Think about, all right, Thanksgiving's coming up. Family might be showing up. You might have to go to family. So increase your word count. Write twice on Saturday. Maybe Saturday morning you write a few hours, and then Saturday evening you write a couple more hours if you have the time. But plan for something bad happening. Even if it doesn't happen, expect it to happen. Don't edit. Just don't do it. Resist the urge to edit. This is National Writing Month, not National Writing and then going back over and editing month. Writing month. There'll be plenty of time to edit this thing once you're done. Don't edit. The last thing on my list, celebrate your success. However that looks. If you get the first week of writing done and you hit your word count for that week and you want to celebrate, do it. Whether that's, treating yourself to ice cream or just, posting on your social media so your friends and family can see that you are getting your word count done and they can celebrate with you. They can send you words of encouragement. Celebrate. At the end of the month, absolutely, when you get this book done, absolutely go nuts and celebrate. You have done something a lot of people can't or won't do. A lot of people say they want to write a book. I have encountered a lot of people in my life who said they want to write a book. And they have taken steps to write a book. They've bought programs. They've bought how to write books. They've done all sorts of things. Nothing. I sat down. I wanted to write a book. I made it happen. I took the hard path. I sacrificed things to get things done. And let me tell you, when I got stuff done, I celebrated. I let everybody know I was done. I celebrated. I had friends and family celebrate with me. It is great. Celebrate. Again, if it's just, you get 2,000 words done on your first day, crack open a cold drink. Cheers yourself. Get ready for tomorrow because you're going to do it again. I hope this helps you. I hope this encourages you. It is a big thing. Like I said before, writing is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it, but not everybody does it. So I wish each and every one of you the best on November. If you're seeing this outside of November, these are still great tips to write that book. When my normal writing schedule, I kind of taken the John Grisham approach, where I will start January 1st, and I will write until the book's done, and then once the book's done, I edit. So by the end of the year, that book comes out. I have another outline all ready to go. And as I come back around to January 1st again, boom, I'm at it again. This is my writing process. Your writing process will vary. But whatever writing process you have, however you write, whatever you write, like I said at the beginning, get it written because you will be somebody's favorite author someday. Don't disappoint them. Good writing, everybody.